300 for Matt Lewis and the Blacktown City side for him. It is a special day, as I said, and we'll have a presentation shortly for him on a wet day here in Seven Hills. The lineup for both sides, starting off the home side, Blacktown City. Tristan Prendergast is the goalkeeper. The numerical order: Daniel Collins the 3, Grant Lynch the 5, Matthew Lewis the 6, Rohit the Silva the 11, Lachlan Campbell the 12, Charles Mendy 16, Dakota Askew 17, with Adam Berry 19, Leroy Jennings 23, and Jackson Bandera number 24. For Sutherland, their lineup is Ryan Norville, the goalkeeper, and numerical order for their starting side: Mark Warren, the 3, Lachlan Everett, the 6, Peter Simonoski, the 7, Patrick O'Shea, the 8, James Timonoski is the 9, with a 10 in Blake Powell, Joey Hombust, the 11, with Blair Brown, the 12, the 20s, Connor Shattuck, and Oliver Green, 21. Let's go down to ground level for the presentation.
For what he's done to this football club. This boy's been here since he was 11 years old. He's managed to make 300 games, first grade games for this football club. He epitomises everything this club is about: loyalty, hard work. You know, as a true leader on and off the field. We've watched Matt come through this football club as a boy and a real leader of this club, and we'd like to congratulate him for his 300 games. 300 first grade games. I mean, if you include all his youth league games, it's most probably around 500 games there. So we, Matt, from everyone at the football club and myself personally, congratulations, mate. We're super proud of you.
It's a great achievement, isn't it? And as he gets the plaque, Matt Lewis going to have a big game today. He's already scored 2 goals this season from 2 games, and he'll be hoping that this afternoon he can get another goal in game 300 in first grade for Matthew Lewis. Our referee in charge is Hassan Yoma, and we are not too far away from kick-off here at Lee Holmes, the venue for this one. And we are underway. Round 3 action. Sunday afternoon football. As on the right hand side, Connor Shattuck works it back and he finds here Patrick O'Shea. Oliver Green getting it to the left. All going back to this right side of Pat O'Shea. For Sutherland, last week a draw against Rockdale to get their first points on the board in season 2020. As now we see City on the charge on the right edge. Cut inside here. At the end, it's dispossessed by Brown. Still headed down that right side before it bounces down the Berry. It's tapped out there at the end via Blake Powell. For City, it was a 1-0 win against Manly United. Penalty goal that was converted at the end by Matthew Lewis. It was a good attempt, of course. The penalty called. A challenge. Could have been 2 or 3-0 in that game too. Blacktown City. The opportunities, of course, at the ends weren't utilised, but still able to get the 3 points away from home. There's now on this right side, they've got the ball. Timkovsky for Sutherland, trying to get the ball on. At the end, the flag is up. Offside has been called. Peter Simonoski on that occasion, former Sydney United player. That was one of his big issues last year as well. Offside on a few occasions during games in that 2019 season. As we see Grant Lynch with possession here. Lays it in the middle. Again, the ball goes back towards Lynch. Utilises Bandera on the left. Work by Jackson Bandera. Crosses it. Shant's gone begging for Mendy. Mark Warren there at the back, the former A-League player for Sydney FC and Perth Glory, able to work it on. Finds Blake Powell. As on this left side, the ball is played out. Touched off Blacktown City. And will be a throw. At the end for City, in fact, they're saying that's touched Sutherland last, though I thought there was a touch there by Rohit the Silva. Not to be at the end, as the ball goes back to Campbell, who switches play to Tristan Prendergast. And has got Grant Lynch here on the left. Sutherland had possession. Good ball on there by Brown. Again, Bandera, nice work. Now Berry trying to find here Mendy. Over the top of Mendy on that occasion. Mark Warren will let it sit for Ryan Norval. Of course, for Ryan Norval, a few years away from Sutherland. Back at the club, of course, after being at Harcoa last season. It's Pat O'Shea able to work it over halfway. As Lachlan Campbell has it for City. Big game expected, 2 for Grant Lynch. Had a big one last week. And his defence has been on song for the last couple of years for the club. As Campbell able to utilise him on the right side. Askew. Mendy touches it on but can't find the target. As the ball goes out for a throw. Brett the Silver also expecting a big one for him today for Blacktown City. As we know for Sutherland. Be interesting to see how Mark Warren goes. Very experienced player, of course. Blake Powell up front as well. Peter Simonowski, as well as Humbust. Has possession now. He's able to work it deep to the right side. Couldn't find Connor Shattuck. Headed down at the end. As the ball does go out for a throw. It'll be Jackson Bandera to take the throw. On the grandstand side of Lily Holmes. No score here if you just joined us after 4 minutes of play. Leroy Jennings against his old club. At the end turned over. Great work at the end there by Lachlan Everett. Now Simonowski switches the play to the right. Connor Shattuck as well from Harcoa, of course. During the off-season, a few of the Sutherland players making their way from the Harcoa side. As the ball was played over halfway by Brown. Work by Jackson Bendera was taken down the challenge. It was a great defensive read by Oliver Green. It's now Connor Shattuck. Again, it's in possession for Tomakovsky, who works it, bounces down outside the area. Tomakovsky has it again from the power pass. Shut down nicely at the ends. Now City on this left-hand channel with Leroy Jennings playing it for himself, and then there was a shoulder there between him and O'Shea. Referee allows play to continue. Right call in my mind. As Connor Shattuck has possession right side. Turns it inside. Laid back by Tomakovsky. O'Shea has possession again as him and Tomakovsky put it to each other. Humbust now has it on the left channel. Plays it up the line to Mark Warren. Good ball here, Powell tries to control it. At the end, foul is called. Looks like a slight hand to it. Referee on the spot. Again, get your comments in via the Facebook and YouTube pages. Bill Hahn again watching from Bathurst, New South Wales, saying go City. While Jared Tepesky saying let's go Sharkies. So good to see a smattering of Sharks and Blacktown City supporters watching in today on the Facebook and YouTube channels. Football New South Wales, and of course the announcement of a couple of days ago, NPL TV, which is new and exciting as the network gets bigger and bigger. How many games this season? I'll tell you now, you can't count them on your hands and toes. I tried the other day, it just didn't work anyway, as you see Patrick O'Shea have the ball. He works it down the right. Tomakovsky tried to do the flick on, but Bandera again. So key on this left-hand side for City. There's Tomakovsky. Has it again. Rain in the background here. It's been that way throughout the afternoon. In spells, the rain. It's Mark Warren. Gets a good ball. Ball goes back to Oliver Green. Green again. Plays it to Mark Warren on the left. And there's Green once more. Trying to chip it on, but nobody in sight. And Askew will let the ball sit past the goal line. It will be a goal kick at the ends for Blacktown City. And of course, Jonathan Rubino watching in, saying let's go Blacktown, and also Leroy. Ethan Nicotra also saying the same sentiments. Leroy Jennings, how good of a player he is. As we can tell you in the game in progress at the moment between Sydney FC and North Shore, it is 1-0 in that game after 12 minutes of play. So Sydney FC leading that game. And as we know, yesterday it was Manly United defeating Sydney United 2-0, while Marconi was too good for Sydney Olympic 2-0 in that game at Marconi Stadium. The game between Mount Druitt Town Rangers and Wollongong has been postponed due to the state of the pitch at Popondetta. There's the ball down the right flank again, but he won't be able to get to it. Mendy, Hombust, trying to let the ball sit past the byline. It does. And it will be a goal kick. It's actually funny, of course, the situation at Rangers-Wollongong game. A couple of differing opinions in regards to the state of the pitch. Some circles saying they could have got on, other circles saying that the right call was made. At the end of the day, I think the club has made the right decision because there has been issues with the pitch at Popondetta. More so the fact that with the rain that was copped in February, and I'm talking about that early February period, they had issues with not just the pitch itself, but power at the venue. So I think at the end, the right decision has been made. But again, over the next couple of days, that will be all looked at as when the games will be played. And you do err on the side of caution when you want to play on the best venues possible. And as I said, the right decision was well and truly made, in my opinion. As it will be Mark Warren who takes the throw. There has been a few questions in relation to that game, so that was the situation. As now we see Leroy Jennings playing it back. Now here's Lewis. At the end, it's headed down by Sutherland. But still, good chance Askew can't control. Green can't hold possession either. Now we see Blacktown. As De Silva has a crack. At the end, pushed away by Ryan Norval. Good keeping again to his left. And it will be a corner. So an opportunity once again for Jackson Bandera with a corner to be taken here on the left channel. I should say the right channel, defensive left for Sutherland, as now corner comes in. At the end, nobody was able to get the initial touch as Grant Lynch comes back, takes the corner, or takes the shot from the corner, and at the end it was nicely done by Ryan Norval. So we get the mojo working again. We see Timokovsky with possession. And now it's Connor Shattuck who works it in. At the end, the last touch didn't quite work. The score remains here 0-0 after 11 minutes of play. Up the line. And here's Leroy Jennings trying to cut inside. Ball goes back, and here is again Mendy who touches it back. De Silva. Nice flick on. At the end, Adam Berry plays it back to De Silva. Now Berry again trying to get the ball in, but couldn't. Sutherland able to, at the end, use the left-hand side. It's touched out by City, so the throw will come for Sutherland. And it will be Mark Warren to take it. Hope you're enjoying the action wherever you may be. Football New South Wales is live and exclusive coverage in 2020 of all the NPL 1 New South Wales games, plus the NPL 1 Women's this year. All games live with commentary. The NPL 2 game of the weekend this week. We did have our first NPL 3 game of the week, as the coverage continues to get bigger and better. Hombust works it on to Mark Warren. Back to Hombust. Very good player. Of course, he has shown his potential. And the early signs of him so far has been pretty good in that defensive role. He's from the Dutch League. And as we see, Tristan Prendergast able to use Grant Lynch again. So As mentioned before, it is the Matt Lewis 300 in the NPL New South Wales. Congratulations to him as well for his achievement. A young Blacktown product. And a lot of people will be watching him today as Jackson Bandera has it. Lewis is calling for the ball. He has a touch here on the left. Good ball in. At the end goes over the top. I'd still ask you, is there on the right, outside the area. Tries to chip it in. Again, goes past the goal line for a goal kick. Over the top of Mendy on that occasion. As I said before, a lot of people watching in saying congratulations on the coverage, and also goes Sharkies and Blacktown City. We appreciate your comments coming through. As the ball headed by, that occasion, Lynch. Comes down Mendy, plays it back. At the end, Sutherland had possession here of the ball, worked on by Brown. Now here's Oliver Green, who spins around. He uses Pat O'Shea. He goes across the face. At the end, hit the Silver, couldn't control. It was a lovely ball too by Simonoski, who found Warren. And now Simonoski trying to evade from the defence. He's taken down the challenge. And the foul is called. Lachlan Campbell on that occasion. As the rain subsides for the moment here at Seven Hills. Of course, Sutherland defending the Lee end of the ground. And Blacktown defending the Park end of the ground here. There's Mark Warren. Takes the set piece. It's worked into the 6-yard box. The flag is up. Play does continue as eventually the referee in Hassan Yama calls it. So 0-0 here after 15. And we can tell you in the other games in progress, Sydney FC lead North Shore 1-0. You can watch that game if you want, with Jack Clifton describing the action. There's Askew on the right. Tries to cut inside. Mark Warren on him. So the ball is worked back to Berry. Chips it into the 18-yard box. Ball bounces back to Lewis. Taken down the challenge. And everybody was already calling for the foul, not coming. But geez, imagine if it was a penalty. I think everybody will be cheering on Matthew Lewis today. And if he scores a goal on his 300th, how special it will be. And as I said before, what a start it's been to the season for him. 2 goals from 2 games as Bandera works at the Lewis. Bandera again can't control. Good look at the back by Shattuck. Now it's played down by Tomakovsky, who's taken the challenge. Bandera utilises Leroy Jennings. Leroy works it to the right. Askew backpedaling, now moving forward with Rehet de Silva. Spinning around. Inside ball. Leroy. The end cut across him. Mark Warren has pushed him down the challenge. The foul will be called. There was definitely a shoulder involved as the rain is back. And geez, I can tell you now, it has been like this throughout the afternoon. Results in the earlier games today in the 18s. It was a massive win, 2 for Blacktown City, 6-1 against Sutherland in the 18s. And in the 20s, it was a win to Sutherland 2-1. So the scores today coming through is here's the set piece taken towards the 18-yard box and Lynch over the top. At the end, couldn't get the control needed, and it goes over the bar, and the score remains here 0-0 after 17. But a good contest looming here at Lily Holmes. Of course, a couple of weeks ago, it was a 1-0 win for City against Sydney United 58 here, and on that occasion, it was a very warm day. How different 2 weeks is. We're playing probably around about 20 degrees at the moment, but geez, it does probably feel like 18 or 17 here. As Hombust utilises here Green, back to Ryan Norval. Very good player, Oliver Green. Saw that last year as O'Shea works it back. And Ryan Norville again in the 18-yard box, able to utilise Humbust on that occasion as he looks to swing it to the right side. And that bounces down for Connor Shuddock. Connor trying to work it back as ball does go out. It did touch last Leroy Jennings. As you can see throughout the afternoon, when you see the sliding challenges, as that didn't work, Connor Shattuck trying to utilise their Blair Brown, but Blair on that side of things just played it straight back to nobody as the throw is taken. You'll see it throughout the afternoon when tackles and such on the water that comes out of the synthetic pitch. It has copped a hammering as Lynch uses the left-hand side. It's headed down. Sutherland able to get to the ball. This is to Makovsky. Now it's Oliver Green. Warren on the left. And there's a man taken down in the 18-yard box. Was away from the play. That is Simonoski. So he's still on the ground as the ball does go out. And a halt in play, so to speak. Simonoski on the ground, as I said, happening back play, so not too sure of the exact situation. And I was actually a push down, trying to work out who it was. May have been Rehit the Silver that's pushed him down in back play. So just having a quick sneak on the live stream, and a reminder too with the live stream as well, how you can actually rewind in play while the game is in progress. It's a very good tool, works for everybody, and something that we are thankful for when we're broadcasting games. We can have a quick look at the replay, so to speak. As now the ball is turned over to Makovsky. Able to work it back. Good touch there, Everett. Now Shattuck back to Everett. In turn, utilising the left-hand channel, Humbust. He's chipped it over the top, but at the end goes straight to Tristan Prendergast. The score remains here 0-0 after 20 and a half. Askew on the right channel, working it on, but too deep. The ball goes out at the end. So I hope you're enjoying the coverage wherever you may be on this Sunday afternoon. Live and free right across the Football New South Wales network. As the ball is played back by Brown. O'Shea utilises Humbust. And Humbust able to work it back to O'Shea. O'Shea over halfway. And now to Makovsky. And that was headed down by Lynch. Great work as the ball drindles down. Tomakovsky was looking for the foul, not coming, as Lewis goes back to Lynch. It's in the middle. Tap back to the left by Collins. Now we see a long ball there by Lewis. Trying to find there that occasion Mendy, but couldn't, as Sutherland have it on the right. Shattuck in the middle. Everett chipping it forward. Down the right side. Powell can't get to it. At the end, Lynch touching it down for Lewis, and then Collins in turn, twisting it towards Jennings. Leroy Jennings able to go to the left, and at the end, play continues. He was in the field of play there, Bandera, using the sideline like a precipice, as the ball is tapped out by Patrick O'Shea. As now, Lewis. Berry playing it across the face. Askew. Good work, we're hit to Silva. And now Askew. And at the end, headed down by Humbust. And Mark Warren trying to tap it in the middle at the end. Askew trying to win it back. hit the silver again in the area, and it's pushed down there by Ryan Norval. Humbust is able to push it away, but still Sutherland able to hold out here as Simonoski's on the deck once more. As the foul is called, and Sutherland have it with Mark Warren. Will take the foul here. And he's able to work it into the middle to Brown. And Brown able to go back to the right. Patrick O'Shea. And on this left channel again, Sutherland really looking to go forward with Simonoski. Good ball across. Shattuck. Nice ball, Brown. Chipped on Everett. Onside here, Powell trying to get the first touch, couldn't. At the end, we'll have to look to play it inside. Brown, nice touch. Taking down the challenges to Makovsky. He's on his haunches but gets back up. There's Jennings again. Trying to work in the middle. Mendy just off the pace to touch. There's the ball. Comes back towards Ryan Norval. And in turn finds Patrick O'Shea. Now Humbust. Warren on the left. That ball going long to Makovsky. Trying to touch it at the end. Bandera, nice work, and here's City on the charge. Oh, the tackle there at the end by Brown causes the foul to be called. As Jackson Bandera and Brown to give the quick shake and the head touch. Of course, it is a timely reminder as well that just stay tuned over the next week. I know a lot of questions are being asked about what's happening in terms of football across New South Wales with the COVID-19 situation. As I say, stay tuned to the Football New South Wales websites and Facebook pages as well as Twitter, because all the information you need to know will be there, as well as NPL New South Wales Facebook, Twitter and website. So just stay tuned. For the moment, everything is as per usual. To remind you over the last 72 hours or so what is usual. As now Lewis able to find Mendy. Good work, hit the silver. He was trying to lob it up for himself second time, but at the end, O'Shea got himself in the right position to sort of squeeze the ball up. Ryan Norval able to utilise the Humbust, and in turn, ball's worked back to the right channel. Was calling for the run there, Brown. And O'Shea couldn't utilise him, so the ball goes back towards Ryan Norval. Humbust and Simonoski to Mark Warren. Mark Warren able to go back towards Brown. Humbust. And again O'Shea. So Sutherland coming off a draw last week in a first round loss. Losing to Marconi 4-1 at Marconi. Saying that Sutherland are looking very good today in the early passages. The way they've been able to hold out City. Had maybe a chance or two, but still not really what they've been looking for. Just that last effort. As Bandera to Berry. And now, coming back for the ball was Campbell, and gee whiz, Simonoski's got himself in the right position here. He works it back to Mark Warren. Sutherland lifting here. Ball goes towards the far post, headed down by Bandera. Came back, and now we see Lewis on the left. Now that's chested down by O'Shea. Brown. Mark Warren. Good ball mark at the ends. Lynch is in the right position. Geez, they were trying to find Blake Powell. He's the one that they're looking for. Just not to be with him for the meantime. As Blacktown City have the ball with Bandera. Now Lynch utilising Bandera again. Here's Campbell. Lynch back to Campbell. Lynch. Bendera. Hit the silver, can't control. And again, Pat O'Shea. And a good challenge there. The referee says that will be a foul. Simonoski getting the foul there. As I said, appreciate the comments coming through on the Facebook and Twitter pages. As I said, a lot of people saying go the Sharks or go Blacktown City. There's now the ball in the middle, but again, Timokovsky couldn't beat the quick fire Tristan Prendergast. What a goalkeeper he's been over the years. Repeating, no score here at Lily Holmes. 29 minutes have gone. And Sydney FC lead North Shore 1-0 in that contest. As the ball goes back towards Ryan Norval. Green. Simonoski trying to twist it down at the ends. Good work by Bandera, who tries to find Leroy on the chest. Jennings trying to twist it back inside. That's a good ball. Berry again. Squeezing it out to Askew. Askew crosses it in. Chance. Lewis! Yes! In game 300, Matthew Lewis makes it 1-0. And what about the appreciation from the crowd?
Goal to Blacktown City by number 6, Matthew Lewis. The current score is Blacktown City FC 1, Sutherland Sharks FC 0.
That has really set up the game for Blacktown City. It was a great ball. And Matthew Lewis scores 3 straight games, and as I say, in game 300 as well, he is on fire. But Sutherland now need to stem the fire, because you've just got the feeling that City could go on with a job here. And that is the worry, I say, because Blacktown City, as much as the team has changed over the last couple of years, you just look at this side Mark Critton has created, and every single year they get some player that is able to stand up, and the defence is always on song, and today the attack looks a bit more crisp as the foul is called. And again, Matthew Lewis is the man they'll be looking for, and also Leroy Jennings, because I think Leroy Jennings has had chances that have gone begging, and I think for him a goal today would be so critical for his confidence. And even a player like Askew and hit the Silvos, Jennings able to turn it back, and Charles Mendy doesn't have that confidence, as now Brown trying to work it on the middle. There's a foul and a yellow card given. So the yellow card there for Daniel Collins. There's the score here is 1-0. Matthew Lewis scoring in game 300. Of course, last week was part of the team of the week. And by the way, we've got a goal too at Lambert Park. The former tenants, Sydney FC, lead the new tenants, North Shore, 2-0 in that game. Back here, repeating 1-0. Matthew Lewis scoring the goal. As Lewis again is on halfway. Back to Jackson Bandera. Jennings can't control. Shaddock works it back. And the ball by Ryan Norval down for Shaddock. Works it to halfway. Now Oliver Green, Mark Warren. Good ball for Oliver Green. Trying to twist around. Ball is back. On the right channel, good work there by that man again as he twists inside. Should say in Brown. Papa from the bench today, of course. That bench quickly for Sutherland is Papa, Versi, Alexic and Grozanowski, as well as Gabriel Congiani. And as we'll see, a corner for Sutherland. For Blacktown, their bench reads O'Brien, Bengura, Niski, Match and Sparakis. Mark Warren trying to cross it in. At the end, it's played down. It goes back towards Mendy. As now, he's Sutherland. With O'Shea trying to twist it back to the right. Simonoski. Now touch on there by Tomakovsky. Simonoski in the middle. And at the end, here's Lynch, who's able to work it across to Mendy, and oh, good work. That was a beautiful tackle there by Oliver Green. At the end, the ball goes back towards Tristan Prendergast, and he'll control it at the back. As now on the left-hand channel, Jackson Bandera. The ball played back by Brown. 34 minutes gone. 1-0 the score. Matthew Lewis, game 300, and Bill Hahn watching in from Bathurst. Again, congratulating Matthew Lewis on the goal. And that's Humbost. Was a part of the team of the week last week. Good ball. And now Brown able to circulate it towards Powell. At the end, good challenge. Tomakovsky wasn't ready for that ball. And Blacktown City referee hit the silver. And the foul's given. Challenged there by Lachlan Everett. There's Matthew Lewis trying to play it on. Good touch. Leroy Jennings taking down the challenge. Again, it'll be another set piece. This will be from about 25 yards from goal. The opportunity is coming. So, Adam Berry to take this. It's in. Short far post. Played down at the end. Touch that they were looking for. It's not delivered as forceful as expected. Daniel Collins on that occasion. As the ball is played back to Mark Warren. Everett. And again, trying to twist around there was in Timokovsky. Switched to the left side with Simonoski back to the right. It's under 9 minutes to the break. Regulation time, of course. On a cold afternoon at Seven Hills' Lily Home Stadium, the home of the Blacktown City side. The old Gabby Stadium as Leroy Jennings can't control, taking down the challenge. He's got the ball again. Now, he lays it back. Hit the silver wasn't ready, and at the end, it's tapped out by Pat O'Shea, though they're saying that he didn't get a touch onto it, so it goes past the goal line. It will be a goal kick, in fact, but even still, hit the silver was on the back foot as Oliver Green able to work it on. Now Timokovsky, who had I guess you could say a half-hearted shot. He was trying to more so find Simonoski, but again, Simonoski wasn't in the right area. The score remains here, 1-0. Repeating, Matthew Lewis, the goal scorer. Game 300, and For those who are just watching in, we had the presentation beforehand, and what a tremendous achievement it's been for Matthew Lewis. But again, of course, he knows the job is not yet done yet. It's only a 1-0 lead as Connor Shattuck works it back. O'Shea, and that touchback by Green. Back to O'Shea. Is good work. Hit the silver now. He's in open pasture here. Now Leroy Jennings trying to get himself in the area. Hit the silver now. Works it back. Still a chance. Berry. It's over the bar. Well, you could probably understand the reasoning, I suppose, by Hit the silver to go back to Berry, but Leroy Jennings was trying to get himself in a better position. Even still, it's a 1-0 lead to Blacktown City. And it's now Adam Berry. Chip on. Mendy. Trying to control. Back. Askew. Now Jackson Bandera. And chance again, Gordon begging. Homebus at the back, able to just play it away. As now he's Sutherland on the charge now. Lachlan Everett back. Connor Shattuck. Trying to utilise the right-hand side. As Everett has possession again. As Brown works it back. On bust. Now Pat O'Shea. Pat O'Shea now a development officer for Sydney FC. As Timokovsky trying to play into the middle. Good work by Daniel Collins. Collins has possession from the pass from Campbell. Now Berry wins the ball again. Lewis. Berry. Good work, Berry. The cutback was nice. Hit the silver. Goes ping, but again, Hombust bounces off him. Now Askew on the right. Gets the hit the silver pass. Tries to cross it in. At the end, it's one out by Sutherland. With Timokovsky. Trying to find Simonovsky, but again, Jackson Bandera shuts it down. Now Lynch to Lewis. Lewis working it. Mendy onside. Here's the chance. No, the flag is up. The flag is up saying he was offside by probably a millimetre or two. He thought he had the go-ahead. You could actually see him, in a sense, stop-start. He thought he was okay, but at the end, not the case. Repeating, it is 2-0 at Lambert Park, where Sydney FC lead against the North Shore Mariners. And what is a very interesting game there too, I might add, as there's the foul call as Simonovsky taken the challenge by Jackson Bandera. That game, of course, into injury time as we speak for the first half. Nicholas Kutniak with you describing the action, and don't forget you can, of course, half the game read the review on the NPL NSW.com.au website with a great read as per usual by Joey Russo today, and the whole team do a splendid job, I might add. And of course it is very helpful for not just the fans, of course, but also for us broadcasting the game. And the research that is provided is amazing, of course. And again, a full team of experts calling the action in 2020, led by Adam Santarossa. And Tony Tanus also involved with Will Gotsis, Tony Saluno, Nate Patrick, Jack Clifton, and that's the NPL 1 team. And what about the women's call team in 2020? Nicola Posner alongside Alex Mojanov, as well as John O'Farr, Dave McDonald, as now we see Mark Warren trying to find the far post, but there's the save again by Tristan Prendergast. This right channel, Berry trying to play it on. Was taken down the challenge. And as they've called here the throw in on the looks of it, or as they've called the foul, they have called the foul. So on that far touch, as now we see Bendera working it down the line. O'Shea's there to clear it, and he does. Good job by him. It's half-time. And Sydney FC have scored another goal. It's 3-0. 3-0 now at Lambert Park. Sydney FC lead North Shore Mariners. Wow. If you get the opportunity at half-time, I would say go and have a look at the goals, because there would be some massive goals there for Sydney FC. Is back here. Pass back by Leroy Jennings. Here's Lewis. Collins. Nice work back here for Berry. At the end, he was pressured. Lake Powell trying to do his best at the moment. Hasn't seen much of the ball. Here's Leroy Jennings on the run again. He stops. He goes back to Berry. Now he works it into the area. Askew won't go to him, but Mark Warren's there. But he played it straight to Askew. And he tries to work it into the middle, but at the end goes over the bar and the goal line for a goal kick. And the score remains here, 1-0 Blacktown City. Now, the ball worked back by Brown. That's a deep ball too by Ryan Norval, headed down by Lynch. Good control here in the middle. Good work Oliver Green. Now Hombust. And Mark Warren. To Green. Nice ball back at the ends. And now they're on the charge once more with Connor Shaddock. Ball back. And Shaddock again. Utilises here Simonoski, who's taken down the challenge by Jackson Bandera. In injury time here, with the score 1-0. And in a moment, we will have the whistle for half-time. So taking time for this set piece. And Mark Warren to take the set piece. Looking for the far post. Cleared away, the flag is up. Mendy taking down a challenge, as eventually the offside has been called. As Mendy's on the ground here, as Tristan Prendergast is running for the ball. So it will be taken by Tristan Prendergast here. The whistle well and truly in the mouth of Hassan Yoma. And that's half-time. 1-0 Matthew Lewis, the goal scorer, on game 300 for him in first grade for Blacktown City. As I said, half-time here at Lily Holmes Stadium. 1-0 Blacktown City lead Sutherland. And we'll break here on Football New South Wales. There's live coverage of NPL New South Wales Div 1 action. And we will repeat the halftime score, the match between North Shore and Sydney FC. Sydney FC 3, North Shore Mariners 0. And quickly the other games that have been played throughout the weekend. Manly 2, Sydney United 0. Marconi 2, Sydney Olympic 0. Those games yesterday. And coming up at 4:30, Rockdale and Apia. But it's a halftime break here at Lily Holmes Stadium. It's Blacktown City leading 1-0. between Blacktown City and Sutherland. Half-time, it is 1-0 in favour of Blacktown City. The goal was scored by Mr. 300, Matthew Lewis, and it was a sensational goal. And we've been speaking about it throughout the afternoon, about the fact that he's playing his 300th game and he's doing a fantastic job. But Blacktown City have well and truly been the best side on the park this afternoon. Sutherland have had some brief chances, but really not to the extent that Blacktown City have had. One of the big things is that the player that's been shut down is Blake Powell for Sutherland, and when you shut down a player like him, and the balls from Simonoski and Timakovsky are not coming through, well, you can understand why they haven't seen the scoring sheet yet. Second half about to be started. And it will be Blacktown City defending the Lilies centre end of the ground. And the park end to be defended by Sutherland. There's actually some cricket game going in progress at the moment. Sunday afternoon park game. The football is well and truly heating up here as the second half is underway. Berry to work it back to Askew. What a game he's had as well, Askew. He was the man that's got that beautiful ball to Matthew Lewis, and we will be talking about not just that goal, but the day for a while to come here, Phil, as Askew now able to work it back, and here's Lachlan Campbell. Campbell utilising Askew again. Here's Berry. And now Mark Warren is able to stop here Mendy. And Warren works it up the line. Chested down here by Versey, who's on the pitch now. So one change has been made by the Sutherland Sharks. Probably the right call at the end to utilise Versey. As now the ball is played by Connor Shuddock. Sutherland regrouping here. Hombust able to drift it to the right. O'Shea. And now Connor Shuddock. Everett. Headed down there by Jackson Bandera. Will be a throw for Sutherland. Repeating here if you just joined us. 1-0 to score in this NPL NSW Div 1 clash between Sutherland and Blacktown City. And Blacktown City doing all the work so far in this contest. They have been the form side, there's no question about it. And the fact that in about 44 minutes from now they could be going 3-0 to start the 2020 season. Again, a timely reminder that throughout the week, updates about what will be happening in terms of Football New South Wales and order competitions as COVID-19 continues to happen around the world. Updates via the Football New South Wales website and of course nplnsw.com.au. As I said, keep your eye on that because all the updates will be there. That will not just concern the NPL competitions but also what's happening in Football New South Wales across Australia, or across New South Wales, but obviously the FFA site will tell you what's happening across Australia. But important of course is this continues to have some sort of effect on what's happening around the world at the moment. As Everett works back and he finds Hombust and he goes back to Ryan Norval and in turn goes to Lachlan Everett. And now it goes back to Ryan Norval. Ball is down the right channel. Blacktown City's defence able to play it out. Nicholas Kutniak with you for this game today, of course, and don't forget all the games live streamed in 2020. The NPL 1 competition for the men's and also the women's with commentary as well this year. And the Cast of Thousands commentary team, we'll go through that in a moment as now we see the ball on the left hand side via Versey. In turn able to work it back to O'Shea. Now the ball in the middle here and can't get to Blake Powell. Of course that change that was made and due to injury to James Timakovsky, who during the first half a couple of moments when he was on the ground, at the end the call has been made. Peter Simonoski still on the paddock for the moment. Of course he's also had some concerns. 3 minutes into the second half as Hombust able to work it into Versey. Former City as well as You see Mark Warren working it back. Hombust able to switch to play to the right. Shaddock trying to work it back, and he finds here Brown. And Brown, at the end pass didn't quite work for Sutherland as City try to go up the line. Now Rehit the Silver, trying to cut inside. Here's the shot. The end going to the outside of the bar, but of course it did touch off Sutherland, so it will be a corner. Corner to be taken. Askew. At the ends, it has touch of City, so it will be a goal kick for Sutherland Sharks. Comments coming through on YouTube and also Facebook. We appreciate your support in 2020. Various people saying come on Sutherland and also come on City. As now Ryan Norval has to clear it. Lynn Sharp, as the flag has gone up here. The indiscretion has been called, as it will be Lynch. He was able to have the ball about 5 yards from halfway. Campbell. Lynch, now it's turned over. O'Shea, Powell, and again Bandera able to hoik it out of there. Now we see Ryan Norval chested down, and he finds here Brown. Hombus' pass towards here Everett, and now Mark Warren. Good ball, Mark Warren. At the end did deflect. Good work by Prendergast to get onto the ball. Quickly Lewis back. Jackson Bandera up the line. Leroy Jennings. At the end, Leroy Jennings, great work here. Ball in the middle, still a chance. Berry, second time effort. Oh, good defence. Sutherland coming across. That was a beautiful effort there at the end by Pat O'Shea. In a nick of time, able to clear it. That is a fantastic effort. As now, Mendy trying to play it back, and at the end, ball goes out. Goal kick called. Repeating. It's 1-0 here, with Blacktown scoring a goal by Matt Lewis. And of course, we can tell you that in the other game, it was Sydney FC leading North Shore Mariners 3-0 after 60 minutes. So after 60, 3-0. And Rockdale and Apia at 4:30 with Will Gotsis calling the action. As now here's a chance, and that's a good effort. At the end, Campbell's played to the wrong side. He tried to find the corner on the right. He went low, but at the ends, he's gone too far to the right. The score remains 1-0. Now Collins. This is lovely work by Berry. Askew. Ball is back. Towards here Campbell. Now Lynch. Lynch. Working it down the left. Onside. Bandera tries to cross it in at the end. He scuffed it. Ryan Norval's able to roll it forward. Oliver Green. to Everett. And Everett. Good ball back. Warren. And now Green. And back to Everett. And Warren again with Everett. Sutherland really need the strike now. O'Shea. Brown. Versey. Brown. The ball, Shaddock. And now here's Sutherland. And here's a chance. Green at the end, couldn't slice it. And that's pushed away, but Blacktown City have the ball on the right side of the field. There's the ball, it's worked in. And now, trying to play it off and touched off by Pat O'Shea. Collins, of course, was trying to play it down the line. Is another goal coming? You would think so. Bill Hahn watching in, hoping from Bathurst, New South Wales. Let's say if there's another goal for Blacktown City, he'll be jumping around Mount Panorama later on with his Blacktown scarf and jersey. As now we see Daniel Collins. Leroy Jennings. And that ball on. And here's Jennings again. And that has been cleared away by Warren, but that was millimetres from the shot from Mendy. And if he got it, Mendy, could have been a goal. Askew. Works it in. Header down. At the end, Lynch's header has been saved. Great work, Ryan Norville. As now, Brett De Silva. And Brett De Silva again. Chips it forward. Mendy. Chance! Oh, it's hit the bar! And Mark Warren chesters it. Tries to clear it. Can't. Mendy back. Here's Leroy Jennings. Chance again. Looming taken down by Homburst. The end of foul not coming. And Ryan Norville have a goal kick. So Mark Warren cuts inside. Versey. Good ball, O'Shea, but too deep for Versey. Rowan taking Askew. Ball work back to Askew by Collins. Good ball there by Campbell. Lynch. Norse manhandled. And the foul called. Blacktown City, again with Jackson Bandera, tries to cross it in, but again Sutherland able to shut it down. Good work by Connor Shaddock. And Connor Shaddock, of course, last season had a big year, all things considered, for Hakoa. Another goal is looming here, you would see. They can get it from the corner. Askew goes low. Hit to Silva. It's over to bar again. Has a substitution to be made. A second for Sutherland. It will be Thomas Papa to come on. And coming off will be Blair Brown. So second substitution to be made, and has been made. Now let's see what they can do here. Sutherland needs something Question is, who's going to be the strike power? We see Blake Powell should be the man, but at the moment hasn't seen the good balls he's been looking for. And here's the header on there by Thomas Papa. Ball worked up the line, back to Papa. And here's the ball. Trying to circulate it back, but Simonoski couldn't find the target. Still Sutherland able to work it back to Hornbust. Looking for the equaliser here. Shaddock. All worked up by Everett. Powell can't control. Ball to Askew. That's hooked to the sky. Lewis heads it down. And there's Shaddock again. O'Shea. Good ball, O'Shea in the middle. Versey. Warren. And again, Warren has it for the Versey ball. And Lynch is there to clear. Goes out, will be a throw near side for Sutherland. Of course, in the other game in progress, Sydney FC 3, North Shore Mariners 0. 67 minutes gone at Lambert Park. As Powell works in the middle. Here's the ball on to Warren. Chance for Sutherland, and there it is, the equaliser. Simonoski scoring a goal. So now it's 1-1 on the 60th minute. So for the first time in season 2020, Blacktown City have let a goal in. Peter Simonoski finally finding the back of the net. The goal they've been looking for. Parity restored. It's a good ball too. Well, Warren
Goal for Sutherland
should get some credit on that for sure.
The current score is Blacktown City FC 1.
So 1-1 here. And so I say now, don't touch the streams, don't touch your computers, don't go anywhere. We've got a thriller coming up here at Seven Hills. As now the flag is up, calling the indiscretion here. Challenge between Simonoski and also on that far side, Jackson Bandera. Here's Campbell. Trying to work it to Lynch. Lynch down the left, Lewis. There is Bandera. The ball is played out by Pat O'Shea. Now you can see Blacktown City starting to lift because they know that they would love to be in the situation of 3 from 3. The glorious position to be in, of course, for Blacktown City as Rehett the Silver. Finds it on the right side, Askew. Warren again, just lobs it up. Still, no, the ball is out, so it will be a corner. Of course, for Blacktown City, how important this win is if they can get another goal, because next week they take on the New Boys North Shore Mariners. And then the road coming up for them is one they'll be hoping they can keep on getting points. Now here's the corner, fired in deep to the far post, but nobody really on the spot. Of course, coming up, it's North Shore Mariners, then it's Sydney FC here at home. So it's a good stretch to start the year for them. Only one away game. Then that next away game would be Apia Leichhardt. As now, here's Mendy trying to cut inside. Ball touched out by Hornbust and another corner. Askew. Berry. Askew, far post. Okay, couldn't find the target. But Blacktown City surely looking for that goal to make it 2-1. Of course, repeating the news earlier before. On game 300, Matthew Lewis scored to make it 1-0. Then the leveller by Peter Simonoski to make it 1-1 on 60 minutes. And now we've got a half an hour of football that is intriguing here because Sutherland is starting the lift and Blacktown City have sort of been on the back foot a little bit in this second half as Mark Warren able to work it back, and he utilises here Hombust. And now we see Pat O'Shea able to work it back. Everett couldn't get any control. And now here's Blacktown City. And that's Mendy. Mendy. At the end, Hombus is going to try to beat Mendy, but Mendy was able to win the initial challenge, but it delivers a donut because it goes out past the goal line for a goal kick. And the score remains here at 1-1. Here at Seven Hills. Rockdale, of course, their match has just started. Of course, we'll keep you updated about the game between Rockdale and Apia. And don't forget, after this game concludes, you'll be able to watch it live and free, of course, after this one if you want, or you can, of course, switch games now if you like. Will Gotts is behind the mic calling that. All games live, of course, and on demand as well. As Askew plays it straight towards a Sutherland player. Good work, Powell able to work to Everett, but the pass doesn't work towards here the substitute in Papa. As now Lewis towards Leroy Jennings, back towards Bandera. And again, finding the target in Lynch. Campbell again, in the middle. And Berry once more. Able to use the right. Dakota Askew. Dakota towards the middle. Chance again, Leroy Jennings. He can't buy a goal, but the point to the spot by the referee. He calls a handball. And another PK for Blacktown City. And Matthew Lewis could make it 4 goals in 3 games here. And this is it. On game 300, he could have a brace. It's Lewis against here, Ryan Norval. And the crowd will tell you the story here if he gets it. Whistle blown, Lewis in. And there it is! The brace is ticked off in game 300.
Goal for Blacktown City by number 6, Matty Lewis.
Is a hat-trick looming.
Blacktown City FC 2, Sutherland Sharks FC 1.
And again, City have the advantage. Of course, supporters in New Zealand supporting Matty Lewis as well. Corey Butcher saying we're big fans of him from New Zealand. Appreciate the viewership as well. As now Humbust works it to Warren on the left. And that ball is into the area. Good work again by Tristan Prendergast to make the save. Askew once more. This game is a seesawing battle. And Blacktown City, they know the job's not done, but in saying that, Sutherland just seem to be on the back foot now after that goal. How quickly the tide changes as Brett De Silva's cross found nobody. Again, a bit sluggish in that regard. And that's the thing too. Blacktown City know they have to get another goal here because the job's not done. Saying that, I think the confidence Sutherland had has just evaporated. But again, it's beautiful how football develops. Because now, Mendy trying to win the challenge. Hombust pushes him out of the way as it goes past the goal line for a goal kick. Fans, of course, cheering on this Blacktown side here at home, hoping that they can make it 3 from 3. It's amazing to think that City could be in that position. On the eve of the season, Joey Gibbs gets the contract to go over. And you think, what is City going to do? And Mr. 300 today, Matthew Lewis, has said, well, I'm going to be the key man. And he has scored 4 goals in 3 games. And I know that we're talking about him a lot in this game, but he has been very pivotal for this City side in the attack. And there's no question about it. Again, you can throw a lot of people that have been involved. The Sutherland looking for this equaliser again as it's wide. The mark there by Versey. But you talk about it because he's been the most important player in the attack. I know Leroy Jennings has had his chances. How important Jackson Bandera is, especially the balls he's been delivering. Same as Dakota Askew, but it's Lewis that is the man finishing at the moment. Albeit I know 2 of the goals have been PKs, but still. He has been the man. Prendergast. Over halfway, headed down by Versey. Powell, lobbing it. And he won't get to it at the end here, Papa. And Prendergast just sits back. Third substitution to be made now for Sutherland. And it will be in Jonathan Grozanowski who comes on. And coming off will be in Lachlan Everett. So 3 substitutions being made now. Repeating, the subs are in this game. Jonathan Grozanowski obviously coming on for Lachlan Everett. Then we had James Tomakovsky going off, and going on for him was in Mason Versey. And Thomas Papa was the man who replaced here. Player that, of course, as we see Sutherland going back, and that was in Blair Brown. As now Grozanowski into the middle, and that's played away by Blacktown City. As the ball goes out. Throwing now for Sutherland. There's Oliver Green back. And now Connor Shaddock on the right. Lobs it up in the sky. Versey not in the right position. The ball bounces back. He'll win the race for it. He'll twist back to Warren. And Warren into the area again. Too deep. It spins around and eventually goes out for a throw for Blacktown City. So, for around about 17 minutes in this contest, it's Blacktown City who lead 2-1. Matthew Lewis scoring the 2 goals today. Game will repeat, he's scored every goal this season so far. So, he has been key. But for Sutherland, they know that they can get the equaliser here. There's a lot of people commenting about Matthew Lewis saying humble bloke. Congratulations to him. That was Beck Gibson, and Peter saying Matthew Lewis has been prolific. And now we see the pass back from Lynch, and Bandera just hoiks it forward. And there's Mark Warren again, who beat Leroy Jennings. And there is pass from Green. As now the ball goes back. And Sutherland looking to regroup here. Ball to Warren from Humbust. And now it's in the middle. Oh, Versi's running to Powell, but Versi still will have the ball. There's Warren back. Spinning around is Powell. Here's again the chance, Green. Oh, good work, Blacktown City again. Their defence holding on. And here's Leroy Jennings again on the run. Leroy Jennings, Humbust just stops it. He said no. The way he shut it down again, he's got some skill here, the Dutchman. No question about it, from the Dutch League, and he has got some serious skill that we are starting to see. Also, the comments coming through, Brian Dean saying, cool under pressure from the skipper. Congratulations, Matty Lewis, on your 300th game. We're watching, waiting for the hat-trick. Well, it could potentially happen. As now, ball deep to the right side. And Sutherland again just can't really get their options going. As now Mendy trying to pierce it forward, but good work initially by Connor Shattuck, and the challenge will see Sutherland have the foul about 2 yards from halfway. Repeating, it's 2-1. Blacktown City lead Sutherland. We're at the 75th minute, so still 15 minutes of regulation time in this contest, as Versi is beaten there by Dakota Askew. Leroy Jennings working it on. And there's Berry, and Collins now has been beaten. And here's a chance now for Green, who works it on, but Simonoski can't get it. Could you imagine if he got that? It would have been a brace for him. But at the moment, it's still 2-1 Blacktown City. As it just shows how good the live stream is in 2020. We got Holly watching in, congratulating Matty Lewis while watching it at the airport. So it's good to see that this is well and truly available anywhere. And that's good utilisation of free Wi-Fi at the airports right across the world. Warren now tries to work it in. It's ricocheted off Leroy Jennings. And Leroy Jennings won the initial challenge. And then Warren's bumped him. And the foul has been called. As Blacktown City about to make a change here. Looks like Bengura is going to come on. So Solomon Bengura is on, and Mendy's off. So that's the substitution. And Mendy again, the opportunities he's had, still hasn't been able to get a goal, but it is coming, no question about it. 3 home games coming up too. Well, this is the first of 3 for Blacktown City. Then they go away to RPLI Cup, and it's a good run so far to the start of the season for Blacktown City. The potential of being 3 from 3. Still plenty of football here to go through, as Askew has possession. Tries to work it up the line. Good touchback, Leroy Jennings. Berry, good ball. And the hit to Silva. Again needs to cross it in. Oh, again, Sutherland able to clear it. And that's great work by Connor Shattuck. And now we'll see Blacktown City with another chance. As Mick Walker watching from Brisbane. As now we see Askew and Leroy Jennings. Back to Askew. And here's Berry once more. Hit the Silva on the edge of the area. Now spinning back Askew. That's a good ball by Campbell. Lovely touch by Collins to Lynch, and now it's Bandera. Bengura now has it. Bengura wants to go in the middle, but again he's beaten in the challenge. Let's see again, hit the Silva on the money. Collins pointing as the ball was played by Campbell. And now that's a lovely ball by Askew. Jennings again going forward to beat Warren. It's touched off Warren's heels as the save has been made, but the ball's gone out. So it will be a corner So it must have been Ryan Norval being out of play when he's touched the ball, or when it touched off Warren, it did go past the goal line. Regardless, the result's the same. It will be a corner. Predictions still that there could be a 3-1 margin at full time. Askew at the corner. Goes over the top of Lynch. And now, let's see what they can do here on the attack here. Sutherland. Simonoski, can he get to it? No, he can't as Bandera works it forward. Ball drops down though. Switch of play. That will see the ball go straight towards Askew. He's beaten though. And here goes Green again. Green in the middle. Regulation save again for Tristan Prendergast. As Lewis works it back to Bangura. As the ball goes out, it will be a throw for Blacktown City. Of course, at full time, we'll quickly go through the scores of the weekend as well as what's happened in NPL 2 and 3 from what we've got, as well as the NPL 4. Again, it has been a big weekend again with all the competitions in progress. And we appreciate your support again in 2020. Mark Warren trying to chest it down. Leroy Jennings wins the race. Jennings will work it back. Berry eventually will look to go back to the middle. And he finds Collins. And he's been beaten. Good touch there by Papa. And Papa gets it again. And that was a great ball too at the end by Versi. As now Versi has possession here. Wants to go ping. Oh, he's been beaten. And again, that is lovely work. Jackson Bandera. And Jackson Bandera streaks down the right side. Tries to cut back in. 10 minutes remaining regulation time as the ball's played out by Hombust. And it'll be another corner. So Blacktown City wanting to wrap up this one here. It could be a lovely moment. Of course, the man they'll be looking for is Matty Lewis to get the hattie. Could happen. As Berry works it middle. Oh, Lynch couldn't get to it. Has touched off Sutherland here, so it'll be another corner for Blacktown City. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Big couple of weeks coming up in the NPL competition. Hopefully it all does continue, but again, we're all going to be mindful of what's happening around the world. As now we see Rehet the Silver take the corner. And it's pushed away at the end by Hombust. And now Blacktown City trying to work it back into the area. It was touchdown initially by Green, but still alive here. Rehet the Silver outside the area. Works it. Oh, good save again. Ryan Norval in the right spot at the right time. As now he boots it deep to halfway. And as it goes out for a throw for Sutherland. 2-1 the score. As the foul's called for Sutherland. Sharks well and truly still in this contest. But the equaliser has to come here. Simonoski working it to the right. Versi stopping, trying to circulate it back. He wants to. He does at the end here as Green works it, headed down there at the end via Grozanowski, but the save has been made by Tristan Prendergast. Repeating 2-1 as Blacktown City with Rehet the Silver working it back, and Bandera looping ball. Collins beaten for pace, and a handball's been called against Pat O'Shea, I think. And at the end it will be a Blacktown City ball, and Collins quickly going towards here Bangura, but it's too deep for him as it goes out for a throw. And Mark Warren to take it. Ball worked to halfway. Oliver Green trying to work it on, but Bandera with a good ball. Still to and fro. City now control Berry. Good ball down the right, but Campbell's pass couldn't find the target. And now Warren works it on. Green. And again, that's been shut down. Bandera. Lewis. Rohit De Silva. Now Jennings. And Leroy Jennings works it on. Bangura. Nice footwork. Jockeying there is Humbust. As now it's crossed in, but Bangura's cross has been headed down. Still a chance. Again here it's Askew. Works it in the middle. The shot! And Berry tried, he couldn't, but Leroy Jennings finally hits the back of the net. Well, Norval pushed it down, and Leroy has sorted it home, and it's 3-1 here. And Blacktown City surely have got the 3 points now wrapped up.
Leroy Jennings. The current score is Blacktown City FC 3, Sutherland Sharks FC 1.
Beautiful strike. Delivers the goal. Five minutes of regulation time. We will, of course, have injury time of probably about 2 to 3 minutes in my reckoning. As Warren utilises Green. Still, it's Versey. In the middle, Green. Touched on there by Grozanowski. Warren. Touch on there by Simonowski. At the end, Green couldn't get to the ball. There's now Humbust. Finds Warren. Twisting, circulating, finding here support. Grozanowski. Chipping it wide. Versey. 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 Again being challenged for Blacktown City on the mark. With Bandera switching the play back to Lynch. The ball goes out for a throw for Sutherland. Substitution to be made now, and it will be Daniel Collins off and Yanis Barakis on.
Coming off number 3, Daniel Collins, to be replaced by number 4, Yanis Barakis.
Yanis Barakis coming onto the pitch. Didn't play last week due to injury. Good to see him back, of course. A lot of people commenting saying congratulations to Matty Lewis, and it has been a terrific performance by him today. He's got a brace. If he gets a hat-trick, they'll be going off here at Lily Holmes. But even still, a brace on your 300th game. What a performance. As the sun peeks through. 3-1 the score. As the ball goes back to Tristan Prendergast. As you can see here, Ryan Norval, well I should say Tristan Prendergast wants to boot it. Ryan Norval, of course, looking on for the other side. The goalie for Sutherland. For him today, he'll be disappointed because it's hard to stop a side like Blacktown City. Ryan Norval, it's been a hard couple of years, and he's done a fantastic job, all things considered. His work. As the ball goes out. It's now Sutherland with Green. At the end, he's taken down the challenge. Play continues. Yanis Barakis involved. As now it's Dakota Askew. As the ball bounces down. Berry working on Bangura. Here's the chance looming for Blacktown City for another goal. Oh, Leroy Jennings has worked it wide and over the bar. Oh, it was happening. It was happening, surely. But at the end, he couldn't find the back of the net, and the score remains 3-1 as Blacktown City lead this one. A minute and a half of regulation time. Scores around the grounds, by the way, as well. Full-time Sydney FC 4, North Shore Mariners 0. 4-0 Sydney FC have defeated the New Boys North Shore. A big results. As now Blacktown City with Leroy Jennings down the left. It's shut off. And good job at the end by the defence of Pat O'Shea. So Blacktown City to make another change. And coming on to the pitch will be Jack O'Brien. And coming off will be in Rehit De Silva.
Number 11, Red De Silva, to be replaced by number 15, Jack O'Brien.
So Red De Silva comes off. Has now taken down the challenge. There was Jack O'Brien, first touch. There's now Sutherland of green working it on Powell. As look at the situation, we've got 3 minutes remaining. As injury time has been called. As a foul will be given towards Blacktown City. Game in progress, of course. Rockdale and Apia 0-0. Will Gotts is calling that. And again, in 2020, the full team is with you. Adam Santarossa, Tony Tanous, Will Gotts. We have Tony Saluno, Jack Clifton, Dave McDonald, myself, Nicholas Kutniak, plus in the women's competition, Nicola Posner, alongside Jonathan Farr, Alex Mochinoff, and as well as the NPL 2 and 3 coverage that is on every week. Game of the week, of course. With the Women's League also in progress, and the game's being called as now Sparakis. Working it to the left. And Lewis, I know he wants it. The hat-trick he wants, he probably won't get it, but still, a great effort is now again Berry. Working on Askew. He crosses it in, but again the final effort doesn't work. And the score remains 3-1. Now Berry in the corner flag. Sutherland want the ball. As it goes out will be a throw to Blacktown City. In fact, it looks like they may have called a foul here. So yellow card's been called. The Sutherland player. And there it is. Yellow card given towards Blake Powell. Throw in fact, I thought for a second it may have been a foul. Wasn't called. It's Campbell. Now the ball back there by Jack O'Brien. Lewis, and it's worked straight towards Sutherland. With Connor Shaddock working it to the right, and Versey playing it out. It did touch off heels from Blacktown City. So it will be Sutherland's throw, but City win out with Sparakis. And now the pass on by Jack O'Brien, and now Berry looming down the right side. Berry again. On the right, he's got Askew. Crosses it in. And at the end, did touch off Sutherland for a corner. Joey Hombust on that occasion touching it out. And that's the whistle, full time. In game 300 in first grade for Matthew Lewis. He has scored a brace for Blacktown City to defeat Sutherland 3-1 here at Lilyholme Stadium in round 3 of the NPL NSW 1 match. And congratulations to Blacktown City and also Matthew Lewis. Quickly, this weekend in NPL 1, we can tell you Blacktown City, as we've seen in this game, defeats Sutherland 3-1, while North Shore Mariners lost to Sydney FC 4-0, and Apia and Rockdale in progress at Illidan. It's 0-0. Commentary there from Will Gotsis. Yesterday, Manly United defeated Sydney United 2-0, and Marconi defeated Sydney Olympic 2-0. Now, we can also tell you that match between Mount Druitt Town Rangers and Wollongong Wolves, that has been postponed due to the state of the pitch. So that was the reason why the game wasn't played, due to the state of the pitch. Now, we can tell you in the other games as we get it up in NPL 2, and these results will be from yesterday. And they haven't appeared on here, but we will go through them if we get time. But time is ticking with our broadcast, and we have got Rockdale in progress at the moment. Actually, we can tell you here that it was SD Raiders losing to St George 4-0. Hills lost to St George City 2-1. Mounties and Bonnyrigg 2-2. And of course, later on today, it is going to be Central Coast Mariners against Hakawa and Spirit FC and Western Sydney Wanderers. So that's what's happening there. And quickly, if we can see NPL 3 results, we can tell you that Bankstown United defeated Interlions 1-0. Dunbar and Central Coast United 1-1. Stanmore losing to Sydney University 2-1. MacArthur 4 and Canterbury Bankstown 1. And